Hi, my name is Leslie, and I donated my kidney to my husband 7 years ago. So, as I mentioned, I did donate my kidney to my husband, now husband. We were actually dating when the donation happened. He was my fiance at that time. We've been together for a total of 10 years. We've been married for 7. I didn't really know much about kidney disease, let alone kidney failure. Back at that time, I was very young. I was about only 20 years old. I actually didn't even know that my husband carried a syndrome that eventually would cause him to have kidney failure. When I found out that my husband was going to be experiencing kidney failure, I was really sad. I was honestly heartbroken. We were about to get married in a couple months, open up a new chapter in our life, and here he was having to experience kidney failure, having to go through dialysis. And he was also very young. He was only 21 years old. At first, before I found out about donation, I felt very helpless. I felt like I couldn't do anything for him. And I just felt like I needed to. I needed to find a way to help him, especially since he was going to be my husband. When I found out about the different options on how to treat kidney failure, I was honestly pretty surprised at the differences and on the side effects as well. So there was hemodialysis that you basically go to a center 3 times a week and they basically, do the treatment through your blood. And then there's also the one that my husband did, which is peritoneal dialysis. So basically, he had a tube installed to his bladder and was able to take a machine home and was able to drain and refill with the liquid that they provided him. And that treatment lasted about 10 hours. So he had to do it at night. Again, he was young, he had to work. So this was something that worked well for him, but also it kind of interfered with his life as a young 21-year-old. I only decided to donate my kidney because first and foremost, he was my fiance, soon to be husband. I loved him a lot. I cared about him a lot. And whatever hurt him hurt me as well. And if there was anything that I can do to help him, if there was anything that I can do to make him happy, I was obviously going to do it. It was sad to know that, he technically couldn't live a normal life as a 21-year-old because he had to worry about getting home early to connect. He had to worry about the side effects from the treatment. And if there was anything that I can do to give him that shot to live a normal life away from dialysis, away from kidney failure, I was going to do anything in my power to do it. I remember when I told my family that I was going to be donating my kidney to my fiance, my mom was extremely worried. She was scared. She didn't know if I was going to undergo any side effects. She wasn't sure if I was going to end up with any medical conditions. She just thought that something might happen to me through this donation process. But I definitely reassured her, that we were getting a lot of help from the transplant center. They were giving us a lot of information. And I passed that along to her to kind of just give her that reassurance that one, this is something that I really wanted to do and I felt that I needed to do for my husband, for my soon to be husband. And I just wanted her to know that everything was going to be okay, that even if I donated one kidney, I would still have my other kidney to, make my body function the way that it's supposed to. Once we told my husband's transplant team that I was ready to be a donor and I wanted to see if I was a match, I'm not going to lie, it got a little bit scary when they started to send me, appointment after appointment to get tested, different blood tests, different type of testing to make sure that one, I would be okay with one kidney, and two, that I was going to match him and that my kidney was even healthy enough to be donated. It got a little bit scary, a little bit overwhelming, but what helped me was the transplant team. They were so encouraging. They were so just helpful with any questions that I had, any doubts that I had. And to be honest with you, just the fact that I knew that I was going to be giving someone, especially my soon to be husband, a chance to live a normal life, another chance to live without kidney failure, even if it's for a few years, that helped me get through any type of doubt, any type of obstacle that I had throughout that time. As I was getting rolled into the operating room, I was nervous, I was scared. This was my first ever surgery that I've ever had. And it was a big surgery. So I was obviously really nervous, really scared, hoping and praying to God that everything was going to turn out fine. But I also just felt so happy because I couldn't wait to wake up and see that kidney working for him. I couldn't wait to wake up and see what our life was going to be after he received that transplant. So after I woke up from the surgery, I was obviously still kind of not there because of the anesthesia. So I was waking up little by little. But once I was able to, communicate with the nurses, I asked them, where's my fiance? Is he okay? How did the surgery go? And the best moment after surgery was when the nurse came up to me and he told me, your fiance's doing amazing. You wouldn't believe the moment that we connected the kidney to where it needed to go. He just started urinating, and we had to change buckets after buckets after buckets of urine, of how much urine that was backed up because his kidneys were obviously not working. And they, the nurses told me that small kidney, was very mighty to, just get the process going for him. And at that moment, I was just so happy. I was in a little bit of pain, but I was just extremely happy that it had gone good for him. So for my recovery, I was off of work for about 4 weeks. But to be honest with you, I think my recovery took about 2.5 weeks, close to 3 weeks. And after that, I was back to my normal self. Throughout that entire recovery, my pain level was probably like at about a 5, maybe 6, but nothing that I was taking either ibuprofen or Tylenol for the pain. And that seemed to work perfectly fine. Also, I was taking stool softeners because I was a little scared to go to the bathroom due to the fact that I just had surgery on my stomach. But it was nothing too painful and not such a long recovery. What I learned about myself through this donation opportunity was that I have the power to change someone's life. I have the power to give someone another chance at life. And I can help others. I have the ability to help others. And what I learned about others as well throughout this process is that a lot of people don't know about donation. A lot of people are scared of donation. And because they're so scared or because they don't know much about it, they are very hesitant to donate to a loved one or to help a loved one. And I just learned that with getting the correct resources and getting the correct information, you can have the opportunity to help someone and give someone a chance at life again. After donating my kidney, to be honest with you, my health has not changed at all. I'm still very healthy. I was able to give birth to 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I didn't have any complications during my pregnancy. And up until today, doing my physicals every year, my kidney continues to be healthy. And overall, I'm still in a very healthy state. I honestly have no regrets from donating my kidney. I have told my husband multiple times that if I could and if I had to, I would do it all over again. The only thing I didn't expect at that moment, when making the decision to donate to my husband, was that there is a possibility in the future that obviously his body can reject the kidney and he will end up back on dialysis. Obviously, in the moment when I'm donating, I was so happy, so excited to give him, another shot at life, to start a new life. But I didn't really expect that to happen. And luckily, up to today, it has not happened. But that's just kind of a reality check for me as well, that, there is a possibility that in the future, his body can reject it as well. Thinking back, the best part of the donation, of donating my kidney, was just the overall feeling of it being successful, the overall feeling of us coming home and, him not having to be on dialysis anymore. And just the thought that I did that I was able to help him, that now, he's in a better place than he was when he was on dialysis. And just overall knowing that I was able to do something like that, it's the best feeling in the world, to be honest. Best advice that I can give someone who's considering being a living donor: if you're healthy and you can do it, go for it. It's going to be the best decision that you could ever make in your life, because you just don't understand how much of an impact you're going to make in that person's life. To us, it's probably not that big of a deal, but to someone who's struggling with kidney failure, with kidney disease, and has to go through dialysis every single day, or, the side effects from dialysis, you donating that kidney is going to change their life. and it's going to be such an impact, and they're going to be so grateful. And just to know that you hold the power to do that, you will feel like the best person in this world. I just want to say one more thing before ending off this video, and that is that kidney disease and kidney failure is common. It does happen. It's extremely hard to get a kidney when on a transplant list. A lot of patients wait years to receive a kidney, and a lot of them actually don't even receive it because they end up dying on dialysis because it takes so long. So I just want to reiterate again, if you are healthy and if you have that opportunity to donate your kidney to a family member, to a loved one, or to a friend, I just encourage you to do it. I encourage you to, build up that courage and take that shot to change someone's life and honestly make an impact and change in someone's life.